So these are active range of motion stretches. This is a great way to get mobility and keep mobility after you've done the session. So it puts the body into a position where it's going to be used, so the nervous system will hold that better. So your feet facing forward, about your hip width, one foot goes out the front, and you're bending from your hip as if you're going to reach towards the ground, come back up, heel, bend from the hip, reach towards the ground. As I come back up, I push through my heel, so that like the heel pushes my body up, so it gets the hemi working. So out, I bend this back leg, push through the heel, I'm bending from the hip, and then the back can round at a certain point, but we want to bend or break from the hip first, like you're bowing. I've got always a bit of pressure through my hemi, so I'm actually putting some strength into the motion. And we're going to do about 8 to 10. So if I wasn't doing this properly, it would look like this. I'm just rounding out my body from the start. It doesn't get the control going through the pelvis to put the stretch on the hemi straight away. So over time, it stretches out your back way too much. And however far you can go. So I'm going to, at the moment, about 80 to 90% of how far I can go, like in terms of not being sort of fully warmed up yet. So we're not trying to force, we're not trying to break records, we're just getting the body used to doing something to extend beyond where it normally is. Make your feet about shoulder width, your feet splayed out a little bit. Sense of screwing in the feet as if the feet were going to do this. There's a little bit of a screw force. And you're just doing some squats, whether your arms are in front of you or wherever they're going to be, can be crossed. So from the side, I'm doing this. And ultimately aiming to go down as far as you can. We want mobility, so we want to put strength and movement into places where the muscles are more on stretch. Just easy over time, over the course of reps, sessions, weeks and months. When I do a squat, as soon as my hips go back, my knees go forward, like that. So what we don't want is just the knees go forward and the pelvis go forward. This is bad for the knees. Or the pelvis to go straight down even, because it's still just knees going forward. We want the pelvis to sit back first, to pull the femoral head into the socket. And as I do that, the knees will bend. So as much as my hips go back, my knees go forward. This gives me a really good squat. I'm aiming to keep my feet flat on the ground at this stage. About 10. Feet about twice shoulder width or whatever's comfortable for you. And we're going over to one side. Other side, feeling a stretch go through this adductor. I use this adductor to pull me back across. I push with this leg, so I'm going to do a squat with this leg. I push back across, but also pull as if my leg was drawing in. Pull across, up, down, get the stretch, up, pull, get the stretch, pull. And from the side, I'm breaking from the hip, so I'm leaning forward. Not rounding out, just staying straight. And if you need to, this is a good option too. So we're just getting the lateral side movement working. There's a bit of rotation going through the hips. There has to be because of the nature of the movement. And as you get more flexible over time, aiming to see how far you can go. Should be no pain at all with this. And then as you get lower, you can come up on the heel. So I'm still using my hemi now to pull myself back across. So aiming to keep the tongue on the roof of the mouth, bringing that through the nose. I'm finding it a bit difficult talking and doing this. So you keep your weight in your right leg straight, lift that left leg as high as you can, turn in as much as you can, and you've got your focus when you do this on all the muscles. It'll feel like a deep stretch or deep motion coming through here. So the awareness goes in there, hold if you can about 5 seconds. Other way, 5 seconds. Without your body tipping or making any change, so you're trying to isolate it to be the hip only. Turn in, keep that back leg straight, supporting leg. So it's getting the muscles strong in positions they don't normally go into, so they're weak. Because they're weak, they actually lock your flexibility down. It doesn't let the body go more. And we go straight leg, lift up as high as you can. As you get stronger and more flexible, you can lift this up higher. Turn in. Turn out. So for most people, they have more motion going this way on the right leg, less motion here. In external rotation, 5 seconds. And the left side people generally can turn here a lot, but not as much going this way. That's normal. It can be changed to do with our right-sided patterning through the body.